So NXT happened. News broke out earlier that NXT is going to be going to the CW instead of the USA Network. I have filmed the video about this news, and I'm going to upload it later. All I have to say is, like, sure, it's good for NXT, but it's not going to change much of the difference because they're going to probably get the same amount of viewership. Because again, it's NXT, it's a developmental brand. It's like more so like Raw or SmackDown should have been on that channel because that'll be a bigger idea to have it there. But, anyways, modern wrestling sucks. I don't think people will care anyways. But it's a 5-week deal, whatever. Akira Tozawa, who's now part of the Alpha Academy, is on NXT. So I guess this is our big reason to care about NXT is the Alpha Academy. Are you fucking kidding me? Whatever. Noah Door defeated Akira Tozawa to retain the Heritage Cup trophy. Who gives a shit? Live Akira returns for her big win, and then Axia Lee's in the crowd and wants her shot. And, like, who gives a shit? Tiffany Stratton defeats Fallon Henley to qualify for the women's Iron Survivor Challenge because they're gonna have that match at the deadline. They're having that pay-per-view deadline, and they're gonna have that sort of gimmick pay-per-view thing, whatever. It is what it is. Good for Tiffany Stratton. The match was hot, though. I'm not gonna lie. They're both hot. You know what I mean? If I had my big black couch. Von Wagner lost to Braun Breaker. The match was okay, but then eventually Braun Breaker was gonna attack Robert Stone, but then Wagner got the advantage to put him through the table, and Wagner and Stone hugged and whatever, good buddies, It's not bad. It's not a bad thing, I don't think. It's actually okay. You got Pete Dunne and Rich Hodlin vignettes, so they challenge Out the Mud. Like, the fuck is I don't fucking know. They're challenging some people called Out of Mud. I don't remember who the fuck they are. Are they supposed to be in oh, man. Like, man, it's kind of like a demotion. It feels like a demotion. Especially, where the fuck is Sheamus? Apparently he's injured, sadly, so. Roxanne Perez and Kalani Jordan face Electra Lopez and Lola Vice, who just literally won the Women's Breakout Tournament. After the match, earlier in the show, like, I think Santino Marella's daughter, who actually is pretty cute, got attacked by the hot blonde, Katrina, I don't know, some chick who's pretty hot, I'm not gonna lie. She's like a samurai chick, but she's like a karate, but she's pretty hot. I follow her on Instagram. She's invited to my big black couch any day. But whatever, I don't know, she was being annoying, and like apparently the blonde chick is pretty, like, she's the baby face, which is cool. Love that chick. She's hot. Alpha Academy, Otis defeats Drew Gulak. Okay. JC Jane reads a letter from Andre Chase that he got a letter from Tony D. I don't know. That's some kind of sounds sexual. I don't know. It's good. We'll see what happens there. D-Jack defeated Tyler Bates. Whatever. I don't know. Oh yeah, these Iron Survivor matches were made by Mick Foley. Whoop-de-doo. Guess what? No one cares. Man, why is Mick Foley such a fucking cuck for this modern wrestling shit, especially for women's wrestling? So Lita will reveal the challengers for the Iron Survivor. Like, this is gonna get any ratings too. Come on. Shouldn't, like, Lita be coming back and get revenge on Trish? Since apparently she got attacked by Trish. You're just gonna forget that? The Brawling Brute versus Out of the Mud and Chase University versus Tony D and Channing Stacks for the titles. Whoop-de-doo. Trick Williams. In the main event, we see Carmella and Trick. They talk. Carmella talk about how, like, how he didn't attack Trick. And he couldn't believe he came back because after the devastating injury. Trick Williams says he didn't see who attacked him, but questions Carmelo if he's the person who did it. Lexus King interrupts. So this is like could be something like, leading to Lexus King being like a guy. Obviously, I do think like what they should do is like they make people think it's Carmelo, but then it's actually someone else. This is actually kind of all right. Questioning Carmelo Hayes is kind of like making a little story with that. Lexus King, a.k.a. Brian Pillman's Jr.'s son, interrupts and says that the person who attacked Trick can be anybody, including somebody new. Trick goes for a punch, but he gets Mello instead. Trick helps Mello on his feet, and he's angry. Oh, wow, with the tension between the buddies. Overall, the show was whatever. I don't know. Like, it wasn't... I don't know. You had some stories, I guess, It wasn't a terrible show exactly, but it's just pretty boring, so... I don't know. Don't really care. I'll be honest with you, I just don't really care. The show was pretty boring for the most part, that's all. But, this is a story going on. You know, didn't mind the Braun Breaker Wagner match, and yeah, I think, it just, there were some boring matches on the show. So what can you do? The show was pretty boring still. So this move to CW, I don't think it will make a difference. It will get that viewership, maybe a little bit more people watching. But again, it's NXT. It's not gonna make people really care much. I'm just saying. Until next time, everybody. Peace. Yeah, bye. Boring show.